Wearable technology with Tristan Russell, who will take us further into this. Tristan, the floor is all yours.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Tristan Russell. If you haven't noticed, I'm in the supply chain tribe in the DC team, and today we will all embark on a fascinating journey together to explore the intricacies of wearable technology. So, what exactly is wearable technology? Well, wearable technology refers to any smart device that's designed to be worn as an accessory to make your lives more convenient. For example, this includes things like smartwatches, fitness devices, smart jewelry, and of course, today's main topic, smart glasses. So let's delve into one of the most famous wearable smart glasses, which is the Google Glass, not to be confused with the Google goggles. Yes, I know, it's funny. So this was developed, of course, by Google and marketed by them, and it was envisioned as a hands-free smart device that will seamlessly integrate into your life. This device is controlled through various inputs, such as gestures, movements, voice commands. Things like, for example, saying, OK, glass will bring up a menu. Swiping on the touchpad over here, you can see you can go swipe forward, backwards, up or down. And that is just various ways of how you can navigate through the Google Glass. Um, let's explore some of the key features of the Google Glass. So the Google Glass has a tiny high resolution display equivalent to standing about 64 meters from the screen. It's very small, but you can see pretty well in it. It can show diverse information like messages, notifications, navigation directions, anything like that. The device heavily relies on voice commands for control and interaction. Users can effortlessly navigate through menus with it, launch apps, and perform simple tasks. The Google Glass also comes equipped with a built-in camera and video recording, which is very useful a very useful feature for us since it's a device that you can really use like to walk around, and in a Google meeting, for example, you can walk around and people can actually see through your eyes what you see, and that we've piloted it a couple of times and it's a really useful feature. The Google Glass also connects to the internet via a Bluetooth connection or Wi-Fi, and obviously this allows for real-time interaction with the web, since the Google Glass is an Android device. And also, Google Glass has the potential for augmented reality, which is amazing, where digital information is superimposed on the user's view, which is very, very good, in my opinion, because when I like to walk around with the Google Glass that we recently had, it was very nice to be able to overlay data in the real world, for example, just by looking at something. So the journey of the Google Glass, well, let's quickly hop into the Google Glass's technological life cycle. So it was released in 2013. The Google Glass gained a considerable amount of popularity during this time, especially amongst the exclusive group of people called the Google Glass Explorers. They were the only people who were allowed to own or use or develop on the Google Glass. And they actively demonstrated a lot of different features for the product over a couple of years, but unfortunately the manufacturing for it ceased in 2015, and no significant consumer smart glass has then been since released by Google. However, in 2019 they did initiate a new program called the Google Glass Enterprise Edition number 2, representing a very substantial upgrade over the original one, with a lot of, as the gamers like to call, improved stats, such as longer battery life, faster processing speeds, and such. But despite its success, it was still discontinued March of this year, since Google is now moving more towards augmented reality endeavor. So that is probably where most of the future will be leading, is to augmented reality and wearable technologies. So we, after learning about this Google Glass, we were very excited in the DC team, and as such, we really had a couple of questions, and these questions ranged from how we could optimize our processes within our warehouses, how we can standardize them, how we can innovate and get ahead of our competitors. And for us, the answer was one of our POCs that we created was the barcode scanning app for the Google Glass. So I developed this Android application as a proof of concept to scan QR codes within any of our DCs or anywhere really, simply just by looking at them, and then it will provide you with real-time product information if it exists on the database. So here I'll show you quickly a demo of it. I'll just quickly run through it. Basically, this is how the glass view looks. As you can see, you can just tap and it will go into the product. Then you'll tap on the side to start a recording process. And just by looking at a QR code in Vision, it will, if the QR ID exists, it will bring back the product information. But yeah, that's basically that. So let's get into some of the more key takeaways that I got from this proof of concept, which was basically that in our dynamic line of our industry, movement forms one of the biggest cornerstones of our daily tasks, as we need to obviously efficiently manage the inflow and outflow of stock into and around of the DC, utilizing various technologies, of course, and embracing hands-free solutions such as this grants us the freedom to accomplish this much more efficiently. What this means is just that going through day-to-day tasks in the DC with stock, it was very prevalent that everything moves. I mean, if you look at a DC system from when it starts, there's lots of conveyor belts, stocks getting moving around on machines called MHEs. And so it's very important for us to know that movement is the cornerstone. So being able to have hands-free is going to be very nice. So during the course of the POC, we also came to realization that we should explore and capitalize on various other inputs, different ways of just inputting things besides just clicking on stuff. Since clicking, yes, very good, you can tap on a screen, but not being able to use your hands and still being able to allow to have inputs, obviously that's a lot better since you can do a lot more. But yeah, despite recently acquiring the Google Glass, we were very disheartened to learn that it was discontinued. However, something new did come out, or when we were doing the POC, we realized that we could actually take a look at one of our suppliers, Zebra. They have a very similar device that is very useful, that basically works as the same way, but instead of being an Android device on your head, it's just a head-mounted display, which is a slightly different since it doesn't actually do any of the processing. It just connects to a device for you. But as we look into the future of wearable technologies, we anticipate several exciting trends such and advancements that will shape our industry. And here are some potential developments to watch out for. So one likely trend in the future for us is the increasing and integration and convergence of wearable technologies and heads-up displays, which are, as you can see, they're HUD technologies. It just means heads-up display. With devices and systems, these technologies may seamlessly integrate with smartphones, smartwatches, and even some smart home systems, creating a very unified ecosystem of interconnected devices. What this basically just means is, as you know, with the Internet of Things, these devices can then be connected to one another seamlessly, being able to contact just by having an input on the glasses. You can contact or do things display on your phone, and vice versa. Everything is all nicely interconnected. With advances in materials and battery technology, and also the miniaturization of a lot of technology in the industry, it could also lead that the wearable devices become more powerful and capable, allowing for smaller, less bulky devices that we wear on our head. And maybe it could even eventually turn into lenses, or not lenses, what do you call those? Contacts. So on the another side, outside of the tech industry, the wearable technology can also be used to play a very significant role in healthcare and wellness, such as with the advancements in biometric sensors. Wearable technologies could provide more accurate and comprehensive health data to allow users to monitor and manage their health conditions better, such as heart rate monitors, or even being able to see slightly smaller things on a body that a naked eye wouldn't be able to see. So obviously, those kinds of improvements are very good for us in this industry. So, in conclusion, wearable technology has come a very long way since the beginning, since telephones initially were considered to be wearable technology, but them offering solutions, possibilities that once seemed like science fiction. As we move forward, it's very essential to remain open to new opportunities and embrace these transformative and potential that they have within them. So I'm just going to say now, thank you for joining me on this captivating exploration. And if there's any questions, I'd be happy to take them.
All right, thank you so much, Tristan, for that. If anybody has any questions for Tristan, you are more than welcome to unmute yourself and to ask the question. And if you don't want to talk, you can put your question into the chat and then I'll read it out.
Hi, Tristan.
Hey, John.
So Google Glasses, even the Enterprise Edition, from what I understood, has reached end of life already. Are they bringing in a new level now that's taking over after Enterprise Edition?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, in March of this year, it did actually, that's when it came to the end of life. So what I've heard and what I've researched is that with the Google Glass, they are moving more towards augmented reality devices, wearable technology, such as VR headsets. So that's more of the line that they're going towards. But sorry?
Are they keeping the same functionality that you demoed now, like the barcode scanning, that sort of stuff?
No, that will probably not be them. They've done what they wanted to do. They're done with that. They're going to focus more on the augmented reality, as it would be allow them more better kind of, how you say, it just has more use cases for them, I think. But obviously I can't speak for Google. Maybe they will bring something out like that.
Okay, thanks.
I hope that answers your question.
No, it does, yeah.
All right, thank you. Anybody else have a question? What's it Stefan saying here? They said Google neglected to provide answers to the significant questions surrounding the purpose, high cost, and intended goal of Google Glass and decided to discontinue. All right.
Yeah. So obviously it was a very high cost to make it, and it's to them it's just the cost and production involved into making it what played a big role in discontinuing it. But they also just wanted to move to more towards augmented reality.
All right. Does anybody else have a question for Tristan?
So it's basically just also just Google Sandbox thing that they threw and spent some money on.
Well, although it is just a like you say, a sandbox idea, a lot of information has come from it, from developers. And one of the biggest things about the Google Glass was that ability to augment reality. Now, let me break that down for you guys. So augmented reality is just basically allowing for digital information to be displayed on the real world plane. And that can be obtained in various different ways. And one of the biggest ways that people have been doing that is with these smart glasses. Now, there's different companies that make smart glasses, and a lot of them nowadays are very expensive, upward from $600 per glass. But what they allow them with, what it allows to do is these glasses have like OLED displays built into the glass that's similar to the Google Glass and allows you to just display any information like notifications on the screen. And what I've seen that's been very intriguing is, for example, a GPS. Having your GPS in the corner of your eye while driving is very nice, or I would say it's very convenient, since then you don't have to buy a GPS. But if you can do that with navigation, and it allows you to say, look, yeah, you can go left, right, wherever. I also think that there could be a lot more different things you could do with that. For example, you could add notifications if you get a notification from a friend or anything like that. Data like that in your life that is relevant to you can be displayed at any time is very useful. Yes, John Jay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you could answer this, but what is it like when using it for, like, in terms of like input lag or input delay? Is it significant to the user, or is it just something that's, you know?
Just the Google Glass itself is a very good piece of technology, and I almost had no input delay. I can go back to the video and quickly show you how quick the response was. I don't know if I showed or if you saw it, but just looking at the tapping here, the camera opens and it saw the barcode. That's quite fast in my opinion. And I mean, again, I can show you a little bit further how you look at it, and then there you go. It retrieves the information how it would, or it simulates how it would do that for you.
Okay. And then,
Sure.
okay, thank you. And sorry if I can ask another one. In terms of the Google Glass, how does this like differentiate from the VRs that were already coming out? I think, was it Apple or someone like that already releasing something like that?
Okay, so VR headsets, which is virtual reality, is a bit different to augmented reality. So virtual reality is when you immerse yourself into a virtual plane. So, for example, you are in the metaverse, now you're in a boardroom, that's where you are, that's what you see. Augmented reality refers to when you take that data that you would have seen, but overlay it on the real world. So being able to see where you are currently, being able to still do what you do in your daily life, but still have that digital technology being in your field of vision, if that helps answer your question. Awesome.
Hi, Tristan. Pumlani also has a question there for you.
Yeah.
Hi. So my question is just on the I think it's the same thing on the Vision Pro, basically. Doesn't then the Vision Pro make something like the Google Glass then obsolete because like of the abilities, then the functionality of the Vision Pro being so vast, basically?
Well, like I mentioned, the Google Glass has been discontinued, so it is no longer relevant.
Yes.
But it did make way for technology like the Vision Pro. You are completely right. The Vision Pro is definitely much leagues better, and it is obviously where Google Glass wanted to go, was towards that Vision Pro kind of augmented reality in real world, real time data, all of that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, thanks. And in terms of just one more, in terms of like the technology used to develop the applications, in terms of like, do you know anything about that in the Vision Pro space and in the Google Glass space as well?
So with the Google Glass, the application I coded was in Android, Kotlin. So I used Kotlin to create the barcode scanning application. And the Google Glass specifically basically just runs straight up like a Android device, nothing fancy. The only difference is the way you call, or the way the glass, as you saw in the video, has this kind of card view. Now that's the only difference to a normal Android device where you have normal views.
Yes.
Now that's, I think, the only difference I can really point out for the Android Google Glass. But Vision Pro, I haven't really been invested in the Vision Pro, but I'll go do some more research, and maybe next time if I do another tech talk, we'll talk about the Vision Pro, see what's up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions for Tristan? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? Going thrice? All right, Q&A is closed.
Awesome.
What's Christian saying here? One of the other reasons for the discontinuation was privacy issues. In my UCT days, we were required to get the permission from the subjects being recorded.
Yeah, so that's actually a very good point that I wouldn't mind going into, is the privacy concerns and security concerns for wearable technology like the Google Glass. Since you walking around with the device on your head and recording everything in real time, that could cause a lot of issues. And I mean, look at if it was me, obviously I would say don't have a camera, just let it be a display. And if you look at the Zebra's HD 4000 Enterprise head-mounted display that I showed you there on the screen, that solves that issue a bit, since yes, you won't have camera capabilities, but you will only have a display in the corner of your eye, allowing you to, as they say, augment reality with that having that data being displayed right here in your corner of your eye. Now, something to note with that particular device, I also did a POC for. Having it connected, you can only connect it to a device, meaning that you still need to have the device on you, and it runs off of your device's battery power to power the screen. And that's connected to your device. And in this case, it was an Android device, but I still say it's pretty cool having a display so close to your vision.
I believe Wendy had a hand raised. Wendy, do you have a question?
No, I don't. Thank you.
All right then. If there's no more questions for Tristan, I'm going to do it again. Going once, going twice. This is your last chance, people. Going thrice. All right, guys. Then Q&A is officially closed. Thank you, everybody, for participating and being here for our second Tech Talk. We really appreciate your attendance and your support on this. And thank you, Tristan, for being our amazing presenter. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like I said, the session is recorded and we will upload it. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Awesome.